What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning the reaction of Moses Itauma. And Moses Itauma had this to say about Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua December 19th, and he said, "It's absurd." Moses Itauma reacts to today's news that Jake Paul is set to fight Anthony Joshua. And let me counterpunch. We've had Caballero. He's displeased with it. What do I think about it? I think that Moses Itauma is a guy that may be feeling left out, and reasonably so, because that's no different. AJ fighting Jake Paul. He's going to make money. He's the money guy. The only thing is, I just think people just like him more than Floyd, but he's doing what Floyd did. Floyd, in fact, despite being the cash cow, he was also unbeaten. But I've been a strong believer in passing the torch. I think these fighters that become of age, I think the passing of the torch is a real thing. I think it's one of those things that's honorable because it's giving rightful passage to the fighters to come. And I think once Floyd decided, I don't want to do that, I don't want to pass anybody's torch, meaning I don't want to fight the guys to show good sportsmanship, to show their marketability because you were once marketable, therefore they beat you, then they can become once marketable because you gave them an opportunity to fight you because you were once the best, or if you're still the best, you should be able to beat them, right? That's passing of the torch. You give that new blood, that new fresh fighter, that new fresh face, the opportunity to challenge you into the ring. Well, Floyd didn't do that, and AJ has done that, not knowingly. He done that with Danny Dubois, but Danny Dubois was shut down by one of the pound-for-pound greats, Alexander Usyk. That's what made him great, because he's still able to do this. He's still able to compete on a certain level, on a certain plateau, right? Whereas AJ, came short in that regard. Well, Moses Itauma is a guy that is looking forward to that fight. He's looking to get the name on the resume, not just Dillian White, but a guy of the caliber of Anthony Joshua, right? So, that being said, it's one of those things where, he's saying it's absurd. I believe he's thinking that because that could have been me. You could have fought me, AJ, and gave me the opportunity, instead of doing something you could do later on in your career. Besides wasting your precious time while you're still whatever, right, fighting Jake Paul. You see what I mean? It's like Jake Paul gets this skip up in line, and he gets to cut the line in front of guys that actually deserve it, that want it, that are actual real fighters. You see what I mean? So that's a big difference. See, this isn't Jake Paul fighting Moses Itauma. This is Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua. This is a cash grab. And I get the idea, the ideology of it. But at the same token, guys that are still, fighting for their namesake, for their reputation, to show, hey, I want to fight. I deserve a fight with AJ because AJ should have the passing of the torch mentality. I think that I need that opportunity, not Jake Paul. You know what I mean? So Jake Paul is just wasting people's time because we don't view him as a legitimate fighter. But he's a licensed fighter. He's in the rankings. So that means he gets drug tested like any other fighter, which is a good thing because the rumors around Jake Paul. But I do understand Moses Itauma's position. Just like I get Caballero, as we knew earlier, he gave his 2 cents about that. Hey, you need to fight me. But he has a fight ready. So, so does Moses Itauma. But then, those guys are getting those type of fights because they couldn't get the fights that Jake Paul got, which is AJ, Anthony Joshua. So I do see they're a little, bent about that. You know what I mean? And they should be, because I think, Jake Paul, if he doesn't get knocked spark out and he goes 8 rounds with Anthony Joshua, the fix is in, people. Let's just be real. You know what I mean? And it's a money grab, but it's a waste of time because AJ could have seriously been taking the time to fight legitimate fighters. But you guys tell me what you think of Moses Itauma blasting, responding to the idea of Anthony Joshua taking on Jake Paul December 19th in Miami, Florida. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.